So that's why they traded Bradford. And that's why they moved all the way up to the number 2 overall pick to get Carson Wentz here. So Carson Wentz pretty much told Cleveland today, you made a mistake. Well, hey, after a 29-10 opening day, week 1, home win against the Cleveland Browns, you'll excuse me for being a bit more in good nature than how I was last year after the Eagles started 0-2 and just looked completely pathetic in the same time after those first 2 games for the most part. The compete levels, like I said, that's the key word for this season for me is compete, and that's certainly what they did today. And now I know that a lot of people, are going to say, well, the Eagles should have beaten the Browns. The Browns stink, this, that, and the other thing. Well, the Eagles, for the most part last season, they stunk, okay? They had a horrible season, and the things that they did well in this game, they did not do well last season for the most part. So some of the things we can take away from this game. First and foremost, Carson Wentz, and again, you take it for what it is. It was against the Cleveland defense, but it's still an NFL defense out there. For a quarterback who hardly made any snaps in the preseason, didn't get a ton of practice time with the first team offense because he was going to be the third string quarterback as the season started, a la the Rams, what they're doing with Jared Goff to start the season, right or wrong. Carson Wentz was going to be the third string quarterback, and he got hurt with the ribs, obviously, missed practice time, and for a guy who missed all of that, came into this game, first NFL start, albeit at home, first NFL start, march down the field on the first drive and score a touchdown, throw a touchdown pass to Jordan Matthews on your first career drive as a starter in the NFL. I gotta say, so far so good. Carson at times looked like a pro. He looked like a seasoned veteran, like a seasoned quarterback, like a quarterback that's been in the league for a number of years. There were veterans that wouldn't have been able to make some of those throws that he made. And I might be, you must excuse me for being a little excited because around here, in this part of the country, we haven't had a whole lot to be excited about for the most part. All the teams are in rebuilding mode. We have players we hope are going to be good, hope this works out, hope that works out. So, for the game today, I was able to sit back and enjoy it and watch a young quarterback have full control of the offense, full control of the game from start to finish. And yeah, there were times in the second quarter that things got a little, sluggish, but he's a rookie quarterback. There's a lot of youth on this offense. Wide receiver core certainly has a lot of youth, and the offensive line. Are they going to be together? And hey, kudos to the offensive line. They played a great game. For the most part, they kept the pressure off of Carson. He was able to make his reads, make his passes. And you saw the receivers certainly doing a great job helping him out, too. His first completion in the NFL was a ridiculous nice catch by Zach Ertz, a one-handed Odell Beckham Jr. variety catch for Carson's first completion. He probably should have had a completion, though, moments before that when Jordan Matthews dropped an easy pass. And we're all, we're sitting there going, oh, here we go again, Jordan, right? Well, he rebounded and had himself a very nice game. In fact, I'm sure his cousin, Jerry Rice, would be proud of some of the catches that he was able to make in that game. Some nice catches in traffic there. He kind of made some of the plays his cousin made famous those years ago. I see you 49 cents. His cousin was doing that for many years in the Bay Area. And Jordan, certainly, I'm sure did his cousin proud today with some of those catches. And it was nice to see him hang on to the ball after that first drop. It was like, oh, yeah, this is how you catch the ball. Okay. And, hey, we had a Nelson Aguilar sighting. Nelson Aguilar had some catches, including a big touchdown in the second half of the game, which was a beautiful throw from Carson Wentz. Look, the kid, as I said in yesterday's video, he kept some plays alive with his feet. He's a mobile quarterback. He fits what they want to do on this offense better than what Bradford was going to do. And maybe it would have worked out for the season with Bradford. I'm not saying this offense would have been horrible, but you see the difference. You see the difference between what a mobile quarterback can do opposed to what more of a statuesque quarterback in the pocket's going to do. Just keeps plays alive. The kid had so many different heady plays. And when you talk about the fourth down conversion that they had in the second half, you know what? They go for it on fourth down. That shows that they have belief in the defense, that they're going to keep Cleveland under wraps. And also it shows the belief in the quarterback, the belief in your rookie quarterback that on fourth and 4, you're going to go for it. We believe in you. Lead us. And what does he do? He has pressure coming right up in his face, and he delivers a strike to Ertz for a first down. That is a veteran play by a rookie quarterback. Another time in the game, bad snap, he drops the ball. What does he do? Does he panic? Just falls on the ball? No. He picks it up and he tries to make a completion to Jordan Matthews. Now it was an incomplete pass. Good coverage there by Hayden, but still, heady play. Guy who thinks about things. You know, he doesn't panic when things are going wrong. Good signs. It's good signs. And look, this is a small sample size. Okay, it's one game. It's his first ever start. As good as it looked, there will be times where he struggles. And there will be times where this offense is going to struggle. But at the same time, hey, for one game, a 29-10 win against the Cleveland Browns, a game that they should have won, and they did, it was nice to see. And it was exciting. I mean, you have to leave this game just feeling excited about what the future looks like with Carson Wentz as the quarterback, and also what the future looks like for this defense. And I know they gave up some plays, but guess what? Second half, after giving up that big fluky play, right? 3 Eagles around and it goes to the receiver. What did they do? The old saying that the Jim Johnson defenses used to do, right? Bend but don't break, right? They get in the red zone, the Browns, the Eagles hold them to a field goal. And after that, nothing for the Browns the rest of the game. The Browns could not move the ball besides maybe a few runs on the very end where it didn't matter. They couldn't move the ball. The Eagles got pressure on RG3. They hit him. They sacked him 3 times. They got a big turnover there in the first half when the Browns were driving. Nice deflection by Jordan Hicks. And then, of course, McLeod comes down with the pick. And he said before the game he wants to have 5 of them during the season. That was one of his goals. Well, now he's 4 away from it. Nice pick. A nice job by the defense there. They gave up some plays. Every defense is going to give up some plays. But what did they do? They held the Browns, a team that they should have taken care of, and they did, to 10 points. 7 in the first half, 3 in the second half. They did their job. They competed. They were flying to the football. They were getting after RG3. They were shutting down the run. They were doing what the really solid defenses do. Hold your opponent down. Don't let them put up a bunch of points. And that's exactly what this defense did. They took control of the game. Yes, there was a bad snap by the center that led to a safety. That's a new center in there. Let's not forget Mack is on Atlanta as a center to the Falcons. Eagles, though, hey, you know what? They got the safety. They went down, got points. Okay. Defense did their job, and they competed. And that's something we were missing a year ago at times. There were games that they just did not compete, and they competed today. And I know it's one game and it's against the Cleveland Browns. I get that. But this is exactly the type of thing that we were wishing for last season, and we didn't get it. We got it today. Now, this season is still a long way to go. It's only one game. It's week 1. But already this season, they're off to a better start than they were a year ago. They look better than they did a year ago. And by the way, kudos to Doug Pederson. First, it wasn't just Carson Wentz's first game. It's Doug Pederson's first game as an NFL coach, and he looked like a seasoned vet at it. Flawless game plan. They executed perfectly. They got the W. Doug Pederson, 1-0 so far as a head coach, and Carson Wentz, 1-0 so far as a starting quarterback in the NFL. That's not a bad thing. You know, that's pretty good. That's nice to see. I tell you, I was excited watching this game. I was excited watching Carson Wentz move the ball down the field. I was excited with, you know, what these players were doing. And again, I know it's one game. It's against Cleveland, who looks like they might have the first pick in the draft in Philadelphia next spring. But still, I was excited for this. Like, I'm watching the game, and I have a grin on my face. I'm enjoying this. This is a fluid-looking offense. This is a quarterback who looks like a quarterback that we've been wanting for a number of years. The defense was flying around making plays. The special teams that we knew was going to be the best in the league proved it again today. Kudos to Donnie Longball, as Connor Barwin calls him. Donnie Jones boomed some punts today. 2 inside the 5-yard line. That holds that offense back, and the defense was able to make some plays and hold the Browns to way deep in their own end of the field. Great job by the special teams. Darren Sproles almost broke a punt today, but you know, he's just so dangerous every time he has the ball. Some of the things that I liked that I saw the Eagles are doing on offense, and this is something that I said yesterday about Simeon in the Denver win. You know, it's like you expect that it's a rookie quarterback. We're just going to hand the ball off the first, you know, drive. You know, let him get his feet wet, hand the ball off, okay? What did the Broncos do? They let Simeon throw. That first drive, he was throwing the ball. First drive for the Eagles. Okay, so the first play was a handoff. But after that, what was it? Throw. Come on, Carson. Let's do it. Go. Just let it go. Get that arm, acclimated to the NFL. Just let it go. And I like the play calling. You saw the plays, and they were very similar in some ways to what Kansas City does. You saw a lot of plays to the tight end. You saw a lot of passes to the running backs, right? You had Sproles on the field. I'll tell you what, Sproles was on the field more in this game as an offensive weapon than he was in the entire Chip Kelly regime, right? It just seemed like Sproles was out there for so many plays. And again, he's a dangerous weapon. He's a dangerous runner, and he's a dangerous pass catcher, right? They're utilizing that, quite like what Kansas City does with their pass-catching running backs. You see that in their tight end play. Very similar, a bit of a hybrid offense to the type of things that they're doing, that they did in Kansas City and still do it today. You saw that today. And yes, it does help when you have a mobile quarterback who can keep plays alive, like Kansas City has an Alex Smith. And I'm not comparing this offense to Kansas City because, look, they're two completely different offenses. But at the same time, a lot of the scheme, the way Kansas City does it, is similar to some of the things that you saw today, what the Eagles are doing, getting the tight ends involved, again, throwing the passes to the running backs, the screens. All that is very similar to what they do. And yes, it is the West Coast offense, but you see a lot of how Kansas City has had success and what the Eagles are trying to do. It is somewhat similar. Not going to say it's the exact same offense because that just can't happen. But remember, Doug Pederson was the offensive coordinator. Well, Andy was probably the one really calling most of those plays, but Doug was there learning under Andy and was the coordinator there at Kansas City. So a lot of those plays are going to look kind of similar in some ways, and the schemes might be a bit similar to the type of things they run in Kansas City. That's, again, one of the reasons why they wanted to get Carson Wentz. They knew this is our quarterback. This is the guy that can best run this offense. Not to say that Dak Prescott couldn't do it. He probably could. But they just saw something in Carson Wentz. They saw a leader, a guy who's won championships in the college level. I mean, you could say, oh, it's a lower level. You win a championship, you win a championship. You prove yourself to be a leader. I'll take guys like that on my team. Guys that know what it takes to win. Because that says a lot. It says a lot. Yes, I know I'm drenching here. It's too damn hot, and I don't have a fan. So I'm gonna try to get through this a little quick. I I was encouraged watching this game, and like I said in the video yesterday, I don't know what to expect this season. Record-wise, I really don't know. If everything goes well, they could be a 9 or 10 win team. They showed that today. You know, they showed a lot of positives. You know, and it's encouraging. It's encouraging how they played. Certainly how Carson Wentz played. Certainly how this defense played. Again, they gave up some plays, but you're going to give up plays. You know, you can't have perfection. You know, every week, even the great defenses give up some plays from time to time. It's going to happen. But at the end, how many points did you give up? Did you win the game? That's really what matters. Did you stop your opponent at a crucial time? And yes, they did. They got a big interception at a crucial time where the momentum was shifting towards Cleveland. The Eagles took that momentum away from them and took it back. That was a good thing. That was certainly a positive sign. I mean, last year, maybe Cleveland goes down and scores a touchdown instead of the Eagles getting that interception. Maybe the momentum completely flips at that time, you know? So that's the difference between what the Eagles did today and what they were doing last season. And again, very small sample size. It's one game. I get that. Home game against a team you should beat in Cleveland. Yes, I understand that. But I'll take it. I will take 1-0 over 0-1, Dallas. Williams forgetting how to get out of bounds there. It's always a great week when the Eagles win and Dallas loses. We don't have to hear from those local bandwagon fans for a week. That's, yeah. It's always a wonderful thing. They won't be calling in local sports talk radio this week saying how great they are, and that's always a good thing. That's a wonderful, you know, thing when that happens. But anyhow, no, I'm excited. I'm happy, at least for a week, through week one, that the Eagles are 1-0. They got, you know, they took care of Cleveland as they should have. 29-10, the final. Carson Wentz threw for over 270 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Nice game by the running backs too. Ryan Matthews had a late touchdown. He had a nice game. Darren Sproles, even Barner was in there for a few carries. Looking pretty good. It was good to see. The tight ends played well. The receivers, kudos to, hey, you know what? Give credit. Sometimes I know we hate, but give it where it's due. The receivers played well. Jordan Matthews, I know he dropped the first one there, an easy one, but he made up for it the rest of the way. Had a nice game, led the team in receiving. Nelson Aguilar, nice game by him. He was even Johnny on the spot once when the ball was going up in the air. That could have been maybe caught by a Cleveland defender. He grabbed the ball. He might not have done that last year. Good to see. Good to see him competing out there. Dorial Green-Beckham had a couple plays. I was hoping, and I know on that first, when they were getting close to the red zone, I think it was one of those drives they settled for a field goal. I think a second down play, they handed the ball off, and I would have loved to have seen, Dorial Green-Beckham was on the field. They had received, I think, trips to the left, and he was one of them, and I'm saying, oh, come on, here comes the lob. Let's lob it up to him. Let get him one-on-one with a corner or safety. Let him make a play. I was a little disappointed they didn't try that play, but maybe, you know, it kind of, maybe they just wanted to do a running play there. But I would have liked to have at least seen them attempt, you know, a lob pass to Dorial Green-Beckham at some point in that game. They didn't, but, you know, I'm sure that will come. I mean, they did try a long bomb to Jordan Matthews that missed, but again, opened up that offense, and it looked really nice. It looked like a well-oiled machine at times during the game. And again, it looked. I mean, if you didn't say Carson Wentz was a rookie going into that game, I'm sure people wouldn't have even known. Just as how he played, he looked like he'd been there time and time again, making these you know, really nice passes. Just, you know, confident, poised, was in control of that offense. Audibling, you know, doing all the things that, you know, you want to see your starting quarterback do. We got that today. Can't be more happier about that performance. They're not all going to be like that. I mean, look, it's a long season. He is still a rookie. You know, there's going to be times of struggle. But you know what? I think we got a good one here. I really do. I think he's going to be a good quarterback in this league. I think we're going to be lucky to have him. I just feel that. You know, there's just something. Sometimes you just get a feel for a guy, you know, for a player. And you just get that feeling that it's going to work out with him. And I do believe it's going to work out with Carson Wentz. I do believe they made the right decision jumping up to get him at number 2. Giving up a lot to do so, but you have to do that to get your franchise quarterback. You have to give up basically the farm to do that, and that's what they did. It's what the Rams did to get Goff. I mean, sometimes if you see a guy you feel that's going to be the perfect fit, your franchise quarterback, you have to do what you have to do to get him. And I don't, time will tell, but it's one game, very small sample size, like I said, but so far so good. So far so good. We'll see next week, Monday night at Chicago. I'll have more on that game next week, but man, I gotta tell you, man, after last season, as horrible as it was at times, as frustrating as it was, this was a nice fresh breath of air. It really was. And people again can say it's Cleveland. I don't care. After last season, I'm glad to be I'm glad that the Eagles are 1-0 rather than how they started last season 0-2 and looking horrible on both sides of the ball. This was refreshing. And it was a great win. It was a great way to usher in the Carson Wentz and Doug Pederson eras here in Philadelphia, and the Jim Schwartz era as well. Great stuff. Just really, really solid win all around. Can't complain too much. Like I said, I know there were some plays the defense gave up, but you know what? In the end, they gave up 10 points. You can't be too upset with what they did. It was a team that they were supposed to dominate, and for the most part, that's exactly what they did. So the Eagles are 1-0, 29-10 win in Week 1 at the Link. Shout out to all the fans that were there making noise too. You made Cleveland call timeout a few times early. I could tell by watching on TV that the Link was rocking, and I know the fans were treated to a great game by the Eagles all around. Great performance. Eagles win, 29-10. I got to ring the wind chimes earlier in the day after the game. And like I said, man, I'm happy after Week 1. Carson Wentz, great job by him. Doug Pederson, great job by him. Eagles, great job all around. Now you're 1-0. Now you go in the first road game of the season to Chicago. It's another winnable game. Even for a team that's building, it's still a winnable game. We'll see what they do, but I'll get more into the Chicago game next week. It's a Monday night game, so we have an extra day to get ready for it. But again, Eagles 1-0. It's awesome so far. Great way to start the season. Let's keep it up. All right, everyone. I'll see you in the next one. Go Birds. See you then.